Okay, I think we're live now, guys. Okay, we're live. Great. So, everybody, welcome to Decentral. Quick word about our chief sponsor, Quadriga CX. Quadriga's last trade was at 295.27. The low today was 294.52. The high, 298.49. And they're doing volume around 272 coins today. So yes, Quadriga CX, Canada's best Bitcoin exchange, and soon to be the world's best Bitcoin exchange. Everybody, I'm Freddie. Cam's not here today. He's out in White Rock hanging out with his family. That's Kevin and Yuri and our new friend. What's her name again? Aaron and Peter. We know Peter, and we know Jesse and Alex and Gary over there in the chair. So yeah, we got also Ashley over here. She's being shy. And what's your name again over there again? Michael, of course, Michael with the accent. I love that accent. So anyway, welcome to Decentral. Nice to meet you all. And Andrew, it is now up to you to introduce your guests, and it's Gaming on the Blockchain night.
Sweet. So for a while now, I've been looking forward to video games based on the blockchain, being a gaming nerd myself. But it's been difficult technologically. But lately, we're starting to see some very interesting developments there. There's a lot of things you can do. Cryptocurrency in a game as in-game currency isn't so hard. But more interesting applications are things like proof of play as a mining concept, or increasingly in-game assets as smart property on the blockchain. That's probably going to become a real killer app, in my opinion. So we beamed in some people working on that. Moonga and SOG are going to start putting their trading card game on the blockchain, one card at a time, I presume, and it'll be fun to talk to them about it. We can start with maybe Shaban, you there?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Tell us how it's been going, or talk about in-game assets as smart property.
So I'm working in the trading card game field for 6 years now, and trading card is very interesting because you can play the game and you can also trade and collect some cards. So it exists on mobile game for a long time. The thing is, how do you value a card? What is the trade value of an asset? Who owns the asset? What happens if the game shuts down? What happened to the asset I've bought from the game developer, or even from other players? So in Moonga, for example, we see some player in the game trading cards for real money, even if it's not allowed by our terms of service. They use the in-game currency. They use a little amount of in-game currency for trade, and they under the table they use a bunch of money to trade a card. So it's interesting now to see how blockchain technology can help on these fields, because blockchain technology allows players to own the card they purchase. They have full control of it. So they can even trade, sell, or do whatever they want with their property, their card, without us being in the middle. So it's completely, it's giving back freedom the same way physical card can allow.
Cool. Tell us about your relationship with Counterparty. This is all on Counterparty, right? I'm about to log off and let our friends here ask a bunch of questions. I'll just leave you with that question.
So Counterparty is interesting technology because it's built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. So it's on the same blockchain as Bitcoin, but it allows to create digital assets. So I can create, for example, the blue dragon asset, and I can choose the distribution. I can say the blue dragon asset will be created for 2,000 units, for example, and no more. And we can create an asset on Counterparty, and we can send these assets to any Bitcoin wallet. So if you own a Bitcoin wallet, you could receive, for example, two Black Dragon card on the same wallet and other assets as well, like two White Dragon, two Jewel Dragon. And then you could trade those assets the same way as you would trade any Bitcoin. So you could exchange with friends, for example, directly. You could make a deal. I will sell you this dragon for 0.002 Bitcoin, for example, and have digital trade that happens immediately and very easily.
Oh, interesting. Wow, that's pretty crazy, hey?
Yeah.
I've got some other questions here. Who else do we have? We have a gentleman that looks like he might be in Japan, and another gentleman that looks like he might be in outer space. So, do you guys, Colin, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Great, thanks for having me. Yeah, I appreciate the invite. I'm a trader, kind of not super related to the gaming side of things, but happy to be here.
Oh, cool. Who invited him?
I did.
Oh, Alex, you're so funny. Alex always has to throw the little frickin'...
Yeah. Well, Colin, you're behind Gambit, aren't you?
Correct, yep. I'm the manager behind that. So I'm working with a few different people, but for the sake of simplicity, yeah.
Interesting. Cool. All right, so we got a trader there.
Yeah.
Very cool. Nice. And who's this? Who are you, the Japanese gentleman it looks like? Is he from Japan?
Koji, yeah.
Koji. Who are you, Koji? Tell us about you.
Hey, so I'm kind of like a community director of Special Genesis in Japan.
Uh-huh.
So I'm helping Shaban promote SLG in Japan and get people involved here. And also, our team called Indie Square is working on mobile counterparty wallet. It's actually already available in both iOS and Android. It's actually the first mobile counterparty wallet.
Uh-huh.
So we are working together with Special Genesis team to integrate that wallet to mobile apps such as Special Genesis and Munga. So yeah, so we are also creating a tool for game developers so that they can make their mobile games counterparty compatible very easily and fast. So yeah, using this technology, a lot more games can be, can have wallet features and trade, send and receive their game assets. So that's what we're working on right now.
Sweet. All right, so back to us.
Yeah, I have a question about the cards. So who has the authority to create all the cards? Is there just like one developer, or like I'm just kind of curious how the generation happens.
So the way it works actually as a game developer. As a game developer, you can choose which assets you want to use in the product. So, for example, if you're a player, you can say, "Hey, I created digital assets. That is a card. This is my personal card. Would you accept it in the game?" Then we can just accept the assets as a game asset. Any other game developer, even doing another game, is free to accept our assets as well. Nothing we can do to refrain them. So accepting the assets is just a matter of programming inside the app or parameters. And in terms of creation, so we as a game developer create our own assets, and this is what we sell to other players. And we have full decision on which asset we want to use or not. And everything is auditable. So on the blockchain, you can see how many assets were created, who owns it, how many were sold, and just like Bitcoin.
Does that answer your question well?
Yeah, I think so.
Sweet.
No, anyway.
Talk about the interoperability of it. Like, my card can work on both Moonga and Spells of Genesis if it's registered to blockchain by a counterparty.
This guy looks like Yuri.
Yes.
Go ahead,
And
guys.
if someone else besides your company made a game, they could choose to allow me to use my card and my deck in their game.
Yes, yes, exactly. So since the assets are free, if I can say, I mean, the blockchain is open and public. Anyone could use my assets in their game, so they could do another game using my assets. This is interesting. It's something we've never seen. But the fact is, I am selling these assets, and someone else could use them. So I will welcome them to use my assets in their game, because if I'm the initial seller, it's a good point for me. So it's a little bit like, let's say you have Magic the Gathering cards in your shoebox, and you invent another game with the same cards. So it gives you the freedom of use of your asset. So for example, I can invent another game on top of Magic the Gathering, but at first I've bought it from, of course, the game publisher. And if we go out of business, for example, fans would say, hey, we own a lot of assets, so we could do something to continue the game, so they can take ownership of the game and continue where we started. And from interoperability, that's interesting, because we can do some good connection between the two games. So Spells of Genesis is a little bit more casual card game type than Moonga. So players who start playing and enjoying Spells of Genesis could reuse their assets that they win, bought, trade in Spells of Genesis in Moonga. And we could also do partnership with other games partner and say, hey, we want to make something with you guys. We could, for example, give you an asset or take an asset from your game into Spells of Genesis for a marketing purpose, or for incentivize your players to join the game, for example.
Interesting. I've got segue questions. The first one is, Shaban, where are you located right now?
I'm in Geneva, Switzerland.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And Koji? Was it Koji? Koji, where are you?
Yeah. I'm based in Tokyo.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely
yeah.
beautiful. Great. And Colin, you can tell us where you are. Are you on the moon?
Yeah, my profile picture is. I'm a little south of you. I'm in Minnesota right now.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Cool. Awesome. So do we have any questions? Oh, I got questions about this. Shaban, do you have a screen share? Do you know how to share your screen? Can you show us what you guys do on the screen? Like, is that possible? Like, do you guys have Anything on you know that you could potentially show us visually?
I have demo access.
You have demo
Sure.
access? Yeah. Screen sharing is the green button on the left-hand side at the top. So when you go move your arrow over there.
SOG demo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, demo us,
Sure.
bro.
So let me
I have fast test
an
access.
L. Okay. Let me open this. So first of all, I will send you a pre-alpha. I will show you a pre-alpha version of the game. Just a sec. Trying to make it work. Okay. Can you see my?
Whoa, that's trippy.
So meta.
That's super meta. What's happening, guys? Where am I? Wait, I'm on screen. Or-
Do you see my browser here?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I can show you here is
We just hit a high level of nerddom here, guys. This is like amazing. Yeah. This is exquisite. I'm having a lot of fun right now. This is awesome.
I want to play this game.
Yeah.
So this is a pre-alpha version of the game. So it's not very sexy now, but it's going to be very soon. Next week we're gonna have graphics. So, but with game designer, usually we work on pre-alphas or just to try the game design and try how it goes. So here. Do you see? Yeah. So here you have some enemies in the field. So this is the level, and you have 4 characters on the bottom. So you have to destroy the enemy on the field, and each character you have will shoot a ball, a power ball, on the enemy. So let's try. Here I'm shooting. I'm shooting the enemy, and you can see the little number blinking, number 1. This is their attack. It's the number of turn when they're going to attack. So here they're gonna attack me next turn. So if I attack one more, yeah, they attack and they kill me a little bit. My life bar decreased. So here, each enemy, I have to kill each enemy before they do. And what is special here is each enemy has his own abilities and capacities. So, for example, some enemy will strengthen the others. Some will deal more damage. Some will act as a shield against the others. And the same for my characters. So my characters will have each their own stats, like a card game, and some will hit hard, some will do quick bounce, some will give me some advantages and disadvantages on the field. Oh, here I'm dead. The specificity here is all the assets that you see on the screen can be linked to a Bitcoin, a blockchain Bitcoin wallet. So this means that all the characters I have down here are linked, are on my wallet. So if I remove a character or trade a character on my wallet, then my deck will appear different. And you could have any level, any level on the blockchain as well. So, for example, owning a specific asset will give access to a certain level. So, for example, you can do your own level and sell it as an asset to other players, or you can give it for free, or you can do whatever you want with your level. So you could collect certain amount of level this way. Let me show you. So this is the rough gameplay for the game. Let me show you a little bit of art that we're doing.
So I was gonna jump in here. So Andrew, have you played this game yet?
I have test access.
You have test access. So you
Game-
played it?
Yes. In real time, without lag, it actually works fairly well.
Oh no way.
The interesting part is their idea is to add like a real time.
Can you get in the camera here? Can you sit on that stool? Sorry, it's just like production values everything here, guys.
They're basically trying to add a coordination and real-time aspects to their trading card game. When you play Spells of Genesis, you will still have a deck of cards as in Gambit.
Yeah.
But rather than playing with them in a turn-based, well, it's still turn-based, but rather than playing with them in a pure strategy, do this, then that format, they've introduced the arcade element where timing and aim matter in the effectiveness of your cards. So it's kind of, you use the same deck on both of them. So if you buy a deck of cards, you can play both games. If that makes sense.
That makes total sense. All right, cool. So what do we have here now? Siobhan's got something happening here. Oh, we're checking his Facebook. That's so good. That's so good. He's like, yeah, well, I got a few minutes here to check my Facebook, and Circle's giving away $5 of free Bitcoin today. So, all right. So, Siobhan, what are you showing us here on Facebook? What are you doing?
So here I'm browsing the Spells of Genesis page, and just to show you a little bit the graphics that we're working on. So this is a sketch, just to give a rough idea of the ambience, the atmosphere of the game. So this would be the game field. The characters are, we are designing different characters. Like here is the stealing of Mongox. You could recognize the Mongox logo in here. So it's like the circle going behind in front of the name. We are using we are designing a character as an allegory of the Bitcoin blockchain. So we've designed Satoshi Nakamoto, for example, as a wizard creating the blockchain here. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So you have the goblin miners, you have all this, the hoarding dragon, all this ecosystem as an allegory into Spells of Genesis, who will be a character of cards. With a nice poster here, the bit crystals. It's the premium currency of the game. So the aim is to give access to mainstream people to understand what is crypto, how to use it. Of course, in SOG, it will be very simple and transparent, so they will not have to understand everything in what's happened under the hood, but to introduce themselves, to introduce them the power of digital assets, smart contract, and thing into a concrete case, while using like nice allegory to make everything simpler.
This is pretty rad.
So is there any I guess connection between maybe like real world playing cards and the smart assets? Like, is there any way to have like cards with QR codes or something?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question very well. Could you?
Yeah, I'll repeat it. Yeah. Alex was asking. That's Alex. Alex is awesome, by the way. He's one of our latest additions to the group, and he's been bringing us so much incredible value. I'm very pleased to have him on the team. Alex asked a question. The question was, is there any real-world value to your...
No, can there be any attachments to real-world like trading cards?
Yeah.
Like.
Oh wait, did we freeze? Oh no, he froze.
Is there any way that we can like have like trading cards that work within these games, but then they also go along with this whole system of smart property, like trading cards with like QR codes on them or something like that?
Yes, definitely. We started to explore something, and we are at the real beginning of exploring this. We printed cards, Munga card, with the NFC chip inside. So the NFC chip is unique compared to a QR code, who can be easily duplicable and recreated, etc. So the NFC chip identify a card uniquely in the world. So you could attach to NFC. So just for people who may not know, NFC is near field communication. It's the way you could like touch the card on your phone and have the card information showing up on your phone. So if I touch the card, I will make the bridge with the digital and the real world. So I could attach into one physical card any digital value, any digital contract, for example. I could see who owns that card, for example. I could, for example, lock the card unless the private key owner, the wallet owner, unlocks it. Or there is a lot of things that you could do to link the digital and the physical world this way.
That's super amazing. Siobhan, I'm gonna leave because I have to run. I have a hot date tonight. But but I just want to say thank you so much for making the time. I know that it's middle of the night or something like that in Switzerland right now. So thank you for that. And Koji, thank you very much. I'm gonna split. Alex is gonna take over here, and Colin from the moon. Well, we'll talk more later. I'm sure we're gonna have him back on another show. So let me show you, Alex. When you click on here, and if you click it on and off, that when it has a box means you have to do it manually. Okay. And when you leave it off, it goes by sound and whoever talks, okay?
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Does anyone have any questions for them?
Yeah.
Just keep the ball rolling.
Keep the ball rolling.
Right, Andrew.
Okay. Yeah. No questions?
Tell them when you guys are gonna go to public release.
Yeah, like how long are we seeing this before it's like a public alpha?
So the next steps is we gonna have private alpha, if I can say private, for people who register for the game in a week or so. The next step will be our crowd sale. So we're gonna do crowdfunding on top for Spells of Genesis. We're pre-selling the currency, the premium currency. The game premium currency. So we're gonna do this summer, and after the crowd sale, 3 months after the end of the crowd sale, we're gonna have a good playable beta version with all these exciting features. So let's say by the end of this year, there's going to be a good product.
Excellent. I think we're all pretty excited. Start making our own trading games.
Oh yeah, that'd be crazy.
I have a question. I remember that a couple years back I came across some cryptography white paper about the idea of crypto-based card games, and generating booster packs in some decentralized fashion, in some way that nobody can stack the booster deck that they generate, and so on and so on. I wonder whether. Okay. I wonder that you also came across such materials in your development of this system, the platform. Is that something that rings a bell to you?
Yes, we explored different possibilities and see different things. Even Ethereum also and others. What we wanted is something very simple, and you're probably talking about deck bound. And to be completely honest, I didn't understood everything about deck bound. We wanted something simple and straightforward. And Counterparty is good for that. It's not completely mainstream, if I can say. So some of our Munga players are having some hard time understanding it, but still it's simple to use, and we want to keep it as simple as possible for mainstream users that have no idea of crypto or what is a private key or such.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Do you guys have any partnerships coming up? Like, I know you mentioned two different trading card genres. Is there a Magic the Gathering going to be calling you guys soon?
Probably. First, we are going to have some interesting partnerships. So, but I cannot say anything right now. But we are doing two specific cards for two specific projects in the crypto space. So these are the two, and then we hope that Wizard and Magic the Gathering will join us. There is something very interesting that could happen in these fields. Is just speculation, but you could imagine, for example, Marvel. They could, for example, sell their IP or their character as digital assets, and then you could imagine game designers using their IPs. So, for example, they sell 1,000 Superman. And in Munga, we say, hey, we want to have Superman in Munga, so we accept Superman asset as a character in Munga. So this way, if you're an IP owner, you could imagine selling your IP directly to users, and then game designers could take on this IP into their own product. So this is something we want to develop in the future as well as a platform.
Did you already show them the Mount Gox card? Yes.
Have you seen it? It's there.
I've seen it.
Show us. Yeah, was that on the Facebook page there? Could you show it to us, I guess?
Yeah.
It's a funny one.
It's here. You cannot see it anymore. You want to see it again?
Yes, please. Please tell me Kirpellis is on it.
No, he's not.
So we have no partnership with them for this.
All right.
Here, share.
Oh, yeah, he's there we go.
The stealing of Mount Gox. So you can see this gentleman is taking energy or Bitcoin or whatever you interpret it from the mountain right to his pocket here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you have any website with all the cards that you could browse?
Not yet, but I recommend that you subscribe to spellsofgenesis.com. and as soon as it's ready, we're gonna add some feature like galleries and stuff, and you'll be informed.
If you put your email on that list, I can subscribe. It gives you big crystals.
Cool. So where do you guys get the artwork? These are very well done.
So we are working with illustrators from all over the world. So with Munga, we are running for 6 years now, and we created, let's say, a network of very talented artists who are making all our designs. So this is the Genesis Plus.
Love the art.
Yeah, it's good. I love Bearwell. That's a good one. All characters, I'm sure, in a future movie.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Great. I guess do we here have any other comments or questions from the other guys in the room? Colin or what's his name again? Koji?
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, do you have any other questions for us for Shimon or?
No questions. I like the idea. I think it has a lot of potential.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think Shaban touched on many things like digital assets, digital scarcity, and open ecosystems, and maybe ownership of like digital assets. So I think I'm good. But Indie Square is working on to expand the network of blockchain games per se. So if there is any game developers or anyone who's interested in building a game on the blockchain, then maybe just contact me, or you can just contact Shaban as well. But if there's a lot more games that utilize the blockchain, there's more interesting things can happen, like active trades of game assets between players, right? So that's something I want to see personally as well. So if there's anyone interested, just contact us and we can just talk about it.
Very cool. Colin, do you see these coming into the games you have on your with Gambit?
I'm not sure the overlap yet, but I'll have to look into it more.
No, it's definitely a cool idea. I don't know. Any other last questions in the room here? No? Silence. Colin, do you think you can actually tell us a quick bit about Gambit while we got you here?
Yeah, sure. I can just start from the top. The coin itself is a token that was built off a crowdfund on Bittrex. So everyone would buy in as kind of a crowdfund to put the initial market cap into it. And then that just ended last week. And it was raised around 200 Bitcoin. And generally for altcoins, the money raised either goes to the developer that made the coin as salary or towards marketing costs. But for Gambit, it's a little bit different in that the money is used to build assets that support the coin and also potential revenue opportunities that go back into outside buy support. Because what we feel a lot of the problems with altcoins is it's basically just traders trading back and forth with each other and there's no new money coming in. And so the long-term thing of Gambit is to find more options of ways to bring money into the exchanges. So the big ones right now are the trading funds. What we're doing is we're having a competition, in a sense, where 25 to 50 traders are all competing to call the best positions. So they'll be publicly, much like a public ledger, they'll be documented and saying who's competing against who. Let's say one trader says we're going long at 220 for Bitcoin, and the price goes up, then it looks good that their calls were correct. Well, using that idea, all the traders are competing for who has the highest profitability on their calls. And with those calls, a portion of the Gambit fund that was originally raised in the crowdfund is going to follow the top 10 traders. So in theory, the top 10 traders are going to have a high probability of being correct in their calls, and the fund will be making money, which goes back into the altcoin token. And so the whole thing is a derivative of the Bitcoin price. It's not, the goal of the coin isn't to, have worldwide acceptance like a lot of the altcoins do. It's merely just a derivative that is tied to Bitcoin, and hopefully the price will increase when the trading is profitable. And then another option is, this is kind of, it depends on the offers, but hold on, I'm getting some echo here, 1 second.
Yeah, no, it's
But yeah, another option is acquiring assets such as websites and building them out. So if there is an opportunity related to crypto, we would use the fund to acquire them, and then as a community would vote on whether it's not worth owning. So in theory, if there's a site that's for sale, we would acquire it, and then the revenue from that would go into the altcoin. It's a lot of dependence on what people want to do. It's very community open, so there'll be public voting on things like that. Right now, the big thing is the trading funds. We have, I can just pull it up here. There's a spreadsheet. There's about
we can't see your screen though.
Oh, sorry, 1 sec. Can you see that?
You gotta hit the screen share button. It's a little green button on the left side. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got it now.
Question is this the right tab? All right, here we go. Yeah. So there's public nominations for whoever wants to be a trader. The idea is that there will be no bias from us. So even if there is people on this list, which there very well might be that we wouldn't add ourselves or don't think are good traders, the idea is we're going to let the analytics speak for themselves. So right now these people have accepted, and they're all going to be making calls. So we can go to the example right now is Sunny BTC. So we go over to his tab, and then yesterday he called a short on GBP USD, and of course it went down a few pips, so that was a successful call. You can go to the, so he called it at 12:30, and obviously went down after that, so that was a successful call. The idea on the long-term plan is once we figure out who the top 10 are, which would be, I think, highlight here, they would be the best traders, and then a lot of them would be making positive calls that the Bitcoin raise in the crowdfund would follow, and then a percent of that profit goes to the traders that are making these calls as a reward for being correct and kind of staying within the top 10, and then the rest would go into the altcoin.
Would they be immortalized as digital asset trading cards then?
They could be if they're there long enough, I suppose.
I got another question for Shaban. Are you guys planning on building a marketplace for all of these coins or all these cards? Like, are they going to be interchangeable and tradable somewhere outside of the counterparty wallet?
Hear me? Yes, sorry. Yes, it's the goal with Indie Square and other potential partner to build an ecosystem trading place for this digital asset. The way is always to have a mainstream thing, something that the average Joe player could understand easily. And that's definitely the goal.
All right. Well, this has been a pretty good hour, I guess. I don't know if we have any other topics or questions for these guys.
Is Koji still here?
Yeah, Koji, he's still in the room.
Do you work with other blockchain games besides SOG?
Well, there is a potential partner right now we're in talk with. So, yeah, but I cannot really disclose anything yet. But yes, we're talking with other game companies as well.
Oh, much anticipation. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess we can kind of wrap this up now, unless you guys got some final remarks before we go. It's been a pleasure having you with Decentral Van, letting me host you guys for half the show here. Yeah, so I guess we'll sign off. That's cool with everyone, and it's been a pleasure having you guys.
Are you still there?
Sorry, who?
Yeah, did I say your name right? Shaban?
Shaban, yeah, correct.
Where I signed up some guys, and And then, how do you say her name? H-N-I-N?
Nin?
Yeah, her. We're going to play some Munga, and I'm going to give away your booster packs and bit crystal to whoever wins.
Cool. So yeah, so we're giving away booster cards so you can try Munga, you can try digital asset as well in the game directly with our first product, with Munga.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, tomorrow night we have another episode of Block Talk. If you guys want to tune in then, or even drop by here and hang out with us, have a beer, buy it in Bitcoin. Tomorrow night. Freddie was going ape shit with that earlier. He bought like 4 or 5 drinks in the span of about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But it does work well. We're hopefully gonna share the QR code online, and then you guys can buy drinks for people in the audience here. You know they need to loosen up a bit, huh?
If we answer a question right.
Oh yeah. We can give everyone their own QR code, and then you can buy individual people drinks. All right.
Cool.
Thanks for being awake, man. It's like 4 a.m. in Geneva, by the way.
Is that true? It's 4 a.m. there?
Yeah, now it's 5.
Oh wow.
We should let him go.
Yeah, we'll let you get some sleep then. Thank you so much for staying up and speaking with us today. Colin, thanks again for coming. And Koji?
Yeah.
Koji? Koji, thank you for tuning in so, I guess, early or midday for us. And yeah, it's been a pleasure having you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Good afternoon. Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.